We are back. It is the 4th of July. I've been super excited because I bought this cake a couple days ago, red velvet cake, and I've just been wanting to, get into making desserts and making other treats long form, So I was like, hey, let's give it a try. Let's test out our audio. Let's test out the lighting in here in the kitchen and give it a try. We won't be able to figure it out if we don't try it out. So let's get started with this red velvet cake. Yes, so first we're gonna get this oven preheated to 350. All right, 350 set it up. So now we'll get this cake opened up. I'm definitely gonna do my best to keep it where everybody can see everything. I will be pausing and going as we're going on to get a good view of everything, so that way it all looks correct. So. Funny, I don't even remember the last time I baked a red velvet cake. It has been so long, and I remember all the times when I would get out of school and I just want to stop at this bakery that was down the street from my house, and always had the best red velvet desserts, cakes, Looking pretty good. We got the mixture in there. So the ingredients. Sorry about that. So sorry about that, everybody. I thought that it was still paused. What I was trying to say was we need 3 eggs. We need some oil, half a cup of oil, and we'll need a full cup of milk. So we'll get started with the eggs first, because I know when I was younger, I used to always put milk first, then eggs, then oil. But believe it or not, there's a specific way you're supposed to do it. So 1 in there. Got 2 in there. We're definitely gonna start getting better equipment because I've been really getting into the whole lighting, everything lately. I bought a couple things and it's been working out as we've been going on. So it's been really exciting. Where is my oil? A half a cup vegetable oil. Let's get a nice clip in there so you guys can see. Oh yeah. And once again, guys, I apologize for that past clip before the second clip when we were doing it. I am still getting familiar with pausing and going, so thank you guys for understanding. You can go with water, you can go with milk. I always go with milk just because when I use water, it doesn't give it that saltiness. Like, it doesn't really give it that good taste, if you know what I'm saying. If you haven't tried it with milk, I definitely consider giving milk a try with a full cup. Sometimes depending on the density of the cake, you might need a little bit more, you might need a little bit less. Since this has some pudding in the mixture, 1 cup should be good enough. Take our whisk, and now we start whisking away. Let everybody get a look at that. Velvet cakes, chocolate cake. Oh, German chocolate cake. Yeah, that was my go-to growing up as a child. I just always really craved that coconut frosting. Like, the coconut frosting in the German chocolate cake was very thick. Like, it had like a nice, yeah, now we're getting that. Yeah, now we're getting there. Everything's looking perfect with this cake. And since it comes with, like I said before, a pudding mixture that they add to it, it kind of gives it like a nice jiggly wiggly, like a little jiggly wiggly to it. Cooking with Brandon. We're cooking with Brandon. Yeah. Yeah. And the oven is almost preheating too. That's why I did the preheating in the beginning, just because this oven is a bit tricky. It's like when you're waiting and waiting and waiting, it doesn't want to go, but once you're falling behind and everything's crazy, it's ready. It's ready to go. Oh yeah, we still got a lot of mixture at the bottom that hasn't been mixed yet. Hey guys, look at this. Look at this. It's just looking phenomenal. We got some white frosting too, to kind of give it that United States vibe, that red, white, and blue. Now that's what we're talking about. Pretty confident it should be done preheating in about maybe 30 seconds or so. Our batter's looking great. We got our nice, beautiful setup ready to go, so we can pour this cake out. I want to have it at a good angle for everybody to see it, but also for the cake to be nice and flat as we go. Well, here we go, guys, and we'll start pouring that up. Oh, yes. Nothing more than celebrating a beautiful 4th of July. Dude, I don't want to talk too much now and get all this cake everywhere. Just give me 1 second. A beautiful 4th of July, some red velvet cake. It doesn't have to be the best cake, but as long as you make a cake, that's better than not making a cake. Sorry, I was super scared. I thought it wasn't recording. I was about to say, oh my gosh, Brandon, what did you do? Now, let's get the spoon ready. Take your spoon, make sure that you get every single amount that you can, just because sometimes the sides tend to not be as even, because when you're moving it, the process, you know, it gets a little bit wobbly. So just, I know as much as it tastes good, just, you know, save yourself a scoop. I always do. But make sure that you get as much frosting, as much cake, have I been calling it frosting? As much batter as you can in there. Not with the spoon. Now we stick this baby in the oven for 18 to 21 minutes, and I'll see you guys after that. So we're gonna get the cream cheese frosting, rich and creamy, because I feel like cream cheese frosting is the best frosting to go with the red velvet cake. I mean, that's what I've been told, and that's usually the only frosting I ever see for a red velvet cake. Also, I forgot. It crossed my mind that I didn't mention, I had the pan, you can see the cake in there, I had the pan but pre-buttered up. I just realized that I was doing everything, that's how nervous I was, that I didn't even mention that I had buttered up the pan, because, you know, some people are probably going to look at that and be like, dude, you didn't even butter the pan, that cake's is gonna stick to that bottom. But no, I made sure that I buttered up the pan. That was one of the first things I did, just because, for the forsaken reason, I get so sidetracked with doing everything that I would have forgotten. So we got the frosting. We're sitting at about 7 minutes left on the cake. Gonna start getting the frosting out, so that way it can kind of just sit out and get a little bit warm, more room temperature than whatever it already is. Then we'll let the cake cool down. We'll spread it along the cake. We'll give it a taste, and we'll go from there. So let's see how that frosting looks.